Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for joining me today. What we're going to be taking a look at is how to set up your own VPN server at your home so that you can go ahead and connect to it from anywhere in the world, whether you're working in Dubai or if you're in the Bahamas. Who knows? So we're going to go ahead and get you guys set up with that. We're using the Asus RT AX86U Pro, but you can use any other variation of the Asus routers that has this capability. One thing I like to recommend is just get familiar with the router. There's a lot to look into for that router. So a lot of different cool things you can do, and let's go ahead and get started now. So once you're in here, what we're going to go ahead and do is on the left-hand navigation, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can actually set up. We're going to go ahead and set up the VPN. So the very first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to go ahead and turn on one of the VPNs. The one I like to use right here for this example is going to be the OpenVPN. OpenVPN is a widely used protocol. It's great, has a lot of versatility. Don't get overwhelmed in the beginning. You have advanced settings where you can configure different things, such as a different protocol, whether you're going to be using UDP, TCP, a whole bunch of stuff. Let's hold that for now. Let's go ahead and just stay with general. The first thing we're going to need to do is set up a port number. We'll say like 1027. It could be any number between 1024 and 65535. You can set your encryption just for now. Just keep it at 1024. You're just new to this. Let's just get used to it. You can say, what will that client be able to use? Will they be able to just connect to the local network only and act as if they're just on the LAN? Or do you also want them to be able to access the internet? The internet's the way to go if you want to be able to access the internet, quite frankly. And then you can set up a VPN client. This is going to be the end user. So you would send this, like maybe if you and your friend are out, going to Dubai and you're supposed to be working from, I don't know, New York. You would give each user their own login. And this is important to keep track of who's logging in and keeping tabs on everything going on. So we could just say like, your friend Dave. All right, Dave, his super cool password is going to be ABC123. And then let's do like one of those little things. Boom. We're going to go ahead and apply all the settings. Don't forget to apply it before you actually, start it up, because we're going to want to generate a certificate that's going to be able to be exported and we'll be able to use on the clients. And I'll show you that in a second. So once we have that up, let's go ahead and turn it on. All right, and we're good to go. It's turned on. Dave can access it. So this is what we're going to be exporting. So we have different things that we could export, right? We have the OpenVPN configuration file. This is what's going to be used in the OpenVPN client. So you can download the OpenVPN. And I'll show you that in a second here. Let me go and pull it up. So as you can see here, this is the OpenVPN site, openvpn.net/client, and this will take you here. You can just go ahead and download the OpenVPN client to pull it up, and then you essentially just go ahead and add that certificate in there. Stand by. I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. I can just pop this open here. All right, so this is the OpenVPN client. OpenVPN Connect actually is what it's called. But what you're going to do is on any PC, on your smartphone, whether you have iOS or Android, they're going to have an OpenVPN thing you can use. And so what you will do, you'll just click this little plus sign down here and then file. And then you would just go ahead and that OpenVPN file you downloaded, you'll just go ahead and drag it in there or click the browse button and go ahead and upload it. And then it'll look something like this. And you'll have these things where you can just toggle them on and off. One thing to keep in mind is if your IP is dynamic, you're going to probably want to set up a DDNS. And I'll show you that right now, actually. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so we're back here in the Asus router. And to set up the DDNS, we're going to go to WAN. That's Wide Area Network. And then within here, we're going to go ahead and click DDNS. So Asus has a free DDNS you can get through Let's Encrypt. So we can go ahead and click on that one right there. You have to agree to the terms and services and let's let that on. Now, which server do you want to use? Just use a regular, Asus one if you want. You can use, I believe they have no IP. They have a whole bunch on here, but the Asus one's free. Just, it is what it is. Let's do that one. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and first apply before we do anything. And let's go ahead and give it a host name. So this host name, I completely forgot to add this. So this is gonna be what you're gonna be connecting to. Like, so your IP is probably something like 192.150. Whatever it is, it could be 192.168, it could be, a million different things. What we're gonna do is we're gonna give you a host name. So the host name is gonna basically be the address. So instead of giving someone your whole entire address, be like, oh yeah, I work over in that building. So that's kind of like what this is like. So we could just say here, we could be like, super awesome VPN.asuscom.com. So that's going to be what you would go to in order to actually get in there. All right, so we are set up now. Registration has been successful. So once the DDNS is configured, we have our super cool DDNS here. You can export a certificate if you would like. We can apply and we're good to go from there. All right, so another thing I wanted to actually point out real quick, we can enable port forwarding for OpenVPN if you're having issues connecting to it and all. And I'm gonna show you right now, it's just literally clicking a button and following a little prompt. You just add a profile after you turn it on. Under famous service list, just go here and you have OpenVPN. Bada bing, bada boom, pre-populates everything. You just click OK. So that was easy. All right, so the next one we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go ahead and turn on WireGuard. WireGuard tends to be a lot faster than OpenVPN. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go over to WireGuard. WireGuard's also a lot more straightforward, actually. It's really easy to turn on. So again, here you have your advanced settings, you have your basic settings, you can have a pre-shared key, however you would like to go ahead and do it. Keep things simple, general. You're new to this, so this one's gonna be super simple. All we're gonna do is we're just gonna add VPN clients, so we can give this person a name. So we'll just say like, I don't know, maybe this is your iPhone, whatever it is. If you want to go ahead and set any custom settings, you would do that here. And then you just click apply and enable. And then your user would just either scan it with a QR code, or you could export the certificate and go ahead and take that down and feed it into your WireGuard client if you're using WireGuard like on a PC or something. And that's pretty much it. It's actually really that simple. And that's the really cool thing about this. And I congratulate Asus for making it so easy and so streamlined on how to actually set this up. The next thing I'm gonna actually wanna cover is gonna be this little gizmo. This is my travel router. I use this pretty much everywhere I go. I actually have two of these. I have this one and a backup. So what this little device will do is it'll actually be able to act as your VPN client. So whether you're using OpenVPN or WireGuard, or even if you're using a paid VPN service like NordVPN or one of those, there's tons of them out there. Any device you connect onto here will actually be routed through your home network or the paid service VPN's network. And you'll be any device that you connect to. So if you're working, let's say in Dubai, but you're supposed to be routing through New York due to security reasons or whatever it is, you can set that up to go through your home router. So no matter where you are in the world, any device you connect to this travel router is going to go ahead and connect to your home network. And I'll cover that in the next video. I'll go ahead and post it soon, eventually. Been a little busy traveling, but I appreciate y'all tuning in. Hopefully this was very useful for you. If it was, be sure to drop that like button and hit subscribe. Catch you around next time.